Okay, so ठीक है, I am seeing some of you have joined. So very good evening to everyone. So let's start our topic today right away. So in this class, okay, we'll be covering this entire topic of ratio and proportion. So and for some of the students who wishes to prepare properly for bank exams, right? So you know that we are providing this course, okay? So before the course price was 7,999. Okay, but now because of student requests, okay, of lowering the price, we have come down to only 2,999. This is the price, okay, and this is valid only till the 25th. So those of you who are planning to get the courses before 25th, you'll be able to get this particular course only at a price of 299. Okay, 2,999, sorry. Okay, you enroll to the batches because after 25th it will go back to its original price. Okay, that time you won't be able to get the course at this particular price. So now there is an offer going on, so go get yourself enrolled to this particular course and let's prepare for other exams as well. Okay, so chalo, just a brief I wanted to give, so let's start. So let's understand what is ratio and proportion. So first of all, talking about the weightage, what is the weightage of this particular topic? So generally, if you see in the exams, okay, you will not get direct questions from ratio and proportion, but you'll see the applications in many questions. Okay, you might get ratio proportion based concept in your percentage questions. You might get ratio proportion concept in data interpretations and so on. So the various topics are there, okay, various maths topics are there where you'll be able to see the applications of ratio and proportion. So that's why it is quite important for us. Clear? Okay, sir. So generally, if you talk about the application and the question expected, so we can expect 2 questions, 2 to 3 questions. Okay. 3 questions are quite rare, but sometimes it has been seen that it has come. But 2 questions you can surely expect. Okay. Okay. Now let's understand what is a ratio and what is a proportion. So before going to the ratio, let's understand a simple terminology of fraction. Okay. Once you understand fraction, then you will be easily be able to understand the ratio. Okay, you just understand fraction and then you will be able to understand what is a ratio. Okay, so generally what is a fraction? You would say, sir, in maths, if I want to write a fraction, we write it in a form. What is that form? So that particular form of fraction is your a by b, a divided by b. Okay, I hope you know this. Okay, yes sir, we know it. Clear? Where the number which sits at the top is known as a numerator and the number which sits at the bottom is known as a denominator. Okay, he would say, okay sir. So what is a fraction? Sir, a fraction is an expression, you can say is a mathematical expression which is written in this particular form, a by b. Okay, a by b. So for example, if you want example, I can show you examples like we write 2 by 3. We write 5 by suppose 4, we write 11 by 9, negative numbers also you can take, integers also you can take, no issues. Clear? So these are all known as your fraction, and also you can take like this 16 by 18. This is also a fraction. Clear? You would say, okay, so we know what is a fraction. Now ratio is similar to fraction, but just that the difference is that the ratio will always be in the simplest form. Now let's understand what is the simplest form. Okay, so now if I want to define ratio, I would say, sir, a ratio is nothing but it is a fraction. It is a fraction which is in the simplest form. Simplest form. Clear? So any ratio, any fraction that you see in the simplest form is known as the ratio. Let me explain. Suppose out here, if you see 16 by 18, okay, so this is a fraction. So currently this is a fraction. If I want to make this a ratio, what do I need to do? Sir, I need to cancel it, okay, I need to cancel it and I need to bring it to the simplest format. Like, if I cancel, sir, 2 8s are 16 and 2 9s are 18. With 2 we can cancel. So from 2 I am cancelling, 2 8s are 16, 2 9s are 18. So you can see, sir, whatever you're getting here, 8 by 9. Okay, this is what, sir, this particular thing is known as your simplest form. So whenever you cancel the fraction and bring it to the smallest format, that particular thing is known as your simplest form, and this simplest form is known as your ratio, my friend. Okay? But generally what happens is we do not write ratio like this. Okay, this is not the way of writing it. How do we write? So we write it in this way, in this manner. We'll write it like 8:9. We write it like this. Okay, see my friends, if you're trying to speak something, I won't be able to listen to you because I've put in the mic. So what you need to do is you can type in, you can say, sir, I want to speak something, and then I can take out the mic and I can listen to you if you want to speak. Okay, conditions applied. Okay. So this is the way of writing the ratio. Okay, this is the way of writing the ratio. So what do we understand from ratio? So we understand from ratio, okay, what do we understand? So we can understand this, that's a ratio. Ratio is something which is not the actual value. Okay, not the actual value. Because the ratio comes after cancelling out the terms. After cancelling out the terms, we get the ratio. So we cannot say, sir, that is the actual value. Okay, for example, okay, if I write 2/3, this is a ratio. The way of writing it is like this, sir, 2:3. Okay, 2:3. So this thing can be written like 2/3. This is a ratio. So this is not the actual value. What is the actual value? So I would say, sir, the actual value must have been something else. Suppose I would say, sir, suppose the actual value was what, sir? Actual value was your 20 divided by 30. This was the actual value. This is the actual value. But whenever I write something in terms of ratio, so these are not my actual value. So that is why, my friend, you must have noticed in your school days, okay, your teacher must have used a variable x to put behind. Whenever you see a ratio, you put a variable behind a number. Okay, so your motive in this particular chapter is to find this value of the variable. Now why do you put variables, sir? Because if I put, instead of x, if I put 10, I'll be getting the required answer. See, if I put 10 here, so 2 tens becomes 20. If I put 10 out here, 3 tens are 30. So actual is, what's it? Actual value is this. So in order to get this, I need to find this unknown. Okay, this unknown, which will give me the original number. Okay? Okay, so that is why in ratio, the number which sits at the top is not known as a numerator. Generally in school days, we used to say numerator, denominator, but that's wrong. Numerator and denominator is only in terms of your fraction. In terms of ratio, okay, it is called what, sir? Suppose here 2/3. So 2/3 is called what? Sir, the number which sits at the top is not known as a numerator, it is known as the antecedent. Antecedent. Clear? And the number which sits at the bottom is known as the consequent. Got it? So when I say antecedent, consequent, you should know that we are talking about the ratio. Okay? But when I say numerator, denominator, you should know that I am talking about a fraction. Okay? So this is why two different terms I use. Otherwise, I would have called this also as a fraction. But fraction is different and your ratio is different. That's why we are using two other terms in this case as well. Okay? So whatever number sits at the top is known as your antecedent, and at the bottom is known as the consequent. And also we should know this, that these are not my actual values. So to find actual values, we need to find the variable which will get me the actual value. Like in this case, I've put x and x, and when I find this x, I got to know, sir, x was 10. That's why I'm getting this actual numbers. Clear? So the motive of this entire chapter is to find this particular unknown value. Okay, na? So now as we have learned this, now we can come back to this. So fraction is in the form of a by b, even ratio can be written in the form of a by b, but we cannot call it numerator or denominator in terms of ratio. We call it antecedent and consequent. No doubt these questions will not be asked in your examination, that what is antecedent, what is consequent, but you should know. Clear? Okay. ठीक है sir, समझ में आ गया. ठीक है, I'm removing this now. Okay, this was just the basic concept. So generally, ratio is what? So ratio, it is a fraction in simplest form. ठीक है, it is a fraction in simplest form. For example, suppose I write a ratio like 14 divided by suppose 20. 14 divided by 20. Clear? So this particular thing is known as a fraction. So if I want to convert into ratio, I'll cancel this into simplest form. If I cancel, so this becomes 2 7s are 14 and 2 10s are 20. Done. 7 by 10 is the ratio, but in order to write it in the ratio format, we write it 7:2. This particular column dot is termed as is2. Okay, is2 10. Clear? So see, actual value was this, but we are getting this as the ratio. So in order to get the actual value, we need to put a variable x on both the cases. है ना? So this is 7x by 10x. And what is x in this case? You would say, sir, in this case, my x should be 2, so that I get the original value. So motive, you've got it. Motive is to find this particular unknown variable, unknown value. Right? Okay, sir. This is the ratio. Now, let's understand necessary terms, okay, which are involved in ratio. Acha, what is proportion? So you didn't explain what is a proportion. So generally, if I write something like this, that 8 by 12, okay, and suppose I write 5 by x, okay, this particular thing can be written like this. Okay, suppose I write 8 by 12 is equal to 5 by x. I am writing this. Now the same term can be written like this, sir. 8 is to 12, okay, 5 is to x. So I hope you got it, sir. What is this? Sir, this is to, है ना? This is to. In ratio we call it is to, but this is what, sir, this is what is your proportion. So that means it is saying that, sir, the way these two are ratio, whatever is happening here, the same thing must happen out here as well. Clear? That is why they are proportion. They are proportional to each other. So this thing is nothing but this only, but the way of writing is this. So we would say, sir, 8 by 12 is proportional to 5 by x. So when I say proportional, you can simplify and get the answer. Now suppose I want you to find the value of x. Okay, I would ask you that, friends, find the value of x. So what you'll do, sir? You'll take this x, that everything should be in the numerator. This x will go there. Okay, now if I take this 12 from here to that side, this will go at the top and will get multiplied to 5, right? And if I take this here, this will get divided by 8. Now see, you can get the value of x. So that is why these two are proportional to each other. Okay, proportional to each other. Now if I cancel this, see, okay, from 4, 2s are 4, 3s are 12. है ना? We cannot cancel further. So what you are getting x out here? So we are getting x to be how much, sir? 15 divided by 2. Now the thing is, sir, if you put this value out here, you will be exactly seeing how this thing is proportional. Should I show you? See, sir, we have 5 by x. है ना? So sir, instead of x, I need to put 15 by 12. So this is what, sir? 5. Instead of x, I'll put 15 divided by 2. Now this is the main division. At the bottom, I can see double division. So whenever such thing happened, the number which is in the denominator goes in the numerator. है ना? Numerator में चला जाएगा. So this 2 will go at the top. So this becomes what, sir? 5 into 2 divided by 15. Now if I cancel this, what you're getting, sir? 5 1s are 5, 5 3s are 15. है कि नहीं? So we are getting 2 by 3. Okay, we have got 2 by 3. Now see, if I cancel this, I should get 2 by 3. 4 2s are 8, 4 3s are 12. See, you're getting the same answer, right? So that is why this particular thing is known as a proportional. When I say proportional, it means that they are exactly equal. Whatever you're doing here, the same thing should be done out here also. Clear? Chalo, done. ठीक है. So the thing is, like, I'm teaching from the scratch. Okay, whatever topic you'll be learning from me, you'll be learning it from the dot scratch. Clear? Okay. Now let's come to this. Now, my friend, there are some types of ratios, okay, which are asked in the examination. So let's find types of ratios. Sir, what are the types of ratio that we must see? Clear? ठीक है सर, देखते हैं, आइए सर, let's see. types of ratios. Sir, the first ratio that they ask you to find in your examination is known as your inverse से चालू करता हूँ. चलो, inverse ratio. Inverse ratio. What is an inverse ratio? So as the name suggests, sir, inverse means reverse. Inverse means reverse or ulta, है ना? So generally it is nothing but, sir, simply it is the reciprocal of any ratio. I hope you know what is a reciprocal. Suppose we have a by b. Suppose this is a fraction a by b, okay? Fraction a by b. Now if I ask you to find the reciprocal of it, you need to just reverse it. इसको b by a बना दो. This is your reciprocal. ठीक है? तो inverse ratio is that's it. Okay, inverse ratio is this. So let me give an example out here. Example क्या होगा sir? Suppose we have 2:3. ठीक है? So इसका inverse ratio को IR लिखता हूँ मैं. Inverse ratio I'm writing is IR will be what sir? 3:2. Just reverse it. Because this is currently 2/3. And when I take the reverse, it becomes 3/2. See, same thing. Okay? चलो, easy. ठीक है sir, done. Next, what do we see? Sir, next one. After inverse ratio, we must see duplicate ratio. What is a duplicate ratio? Duplicate ratio. Sir, what is a duplicate ratio? You would say it's simple, sir. ठीक है? If I want to find duplicate ratio, what I need to do, sir? I need to square the numbers. That's it. Duplicate means taking out a square of numbers. For example, okay, so I'm writing the definition out here. Square of a given ratio. Square of a given ratio is known as your duplicate ratio. Let's see the example, sir. Suppose the example is, okay, they have given us the ratio as 3:5. 3:5, they have given the ratio. Now they are asking you to find the duplicate ratio. So as the name says duplicate, you simply do what, sir? You do 3 square is to 5 square. That's it. Simple. So your answer would be 9:25. Clear? So if you see your previous year papers, okay, you can take any exams, okay, state exams, central exams and all, you'll be able to see that duplicate ratio questions has been asked like 1 or 2-3 times. Clear? 2-3 times they have asked. Clear? Okay, chalo. Next one, sir. After duplicate, what do we have? So after duplicate, we have subduplicate. Subduplicate ratio. What is a subduplicate ratio, sir? It's quite simple, my friend. Subduplicate ratio is what? Sir, subduplicate ratio is the reverse of duplicate ratio. Sir, reverse of duplicate ratio. What is the reverse of square? Sir, reverse of square is root, square root. Okay. So you need to find the square root of a given ratio. ठीक है? Sir, it is a square root of given ratio. Let's see an example. क्या है sir example? Suppose we have a ratio like 9:16. ठीक है? Now they ask you to find the subduplicate ratio. So it's very simple, sir. You just need to take the root. ठीक है? Root over 9 ले लो sir, और root over 16 ले लो. So when you take the root, you're getting 3:4. ठीक है? Easy? Okay. Next one, sir. What do we have? Sir, next is your triplicate ratio. Triplicate ratio. Sir, if you'll not say, we'll be able to answer. You'll be able to answer, I'm sure. Okay? Triplicate means, triple means cube. You have to find the cube. So very simple, sir. We are expert now. Just by name we can understand, sir. Cube of a given ratio. So just find the cube of a given ratio and you'll be getting the answer. Let's see an example. Suppose I say 7:8. Okay. So what is the triplicate ratio? You would say, sir, here my triplicate ratio is going to be 7 square is to 8 square. Simple. That's it. Sorry, not square. I'm very sorry. Cube. ठीक है, cube बोला था ना sir? Sir, what are you doing, sir? Cube. ठीक है. So 7 cube is what, my friend? 343. And 8 cube is 512. So it is very important and very crucial, my friends, for you to understand that you must memorize squares and cube. ठीक है. Square कहाँ तक sir? Sir, square at least you must memorize till 30. If I talk about squares, my friend, you should memorize it till 30 minimum. Okay. And if I say cubes, you should memorize it till 20 at least. This is the least. Okay, least I'm saying. But if you can stretch this till 50 and you can stretch this till 30. 30 तक कर लो, काफ़ी है, उससे ज़्यादा नहीं चाहिए. ठीक है. So till what we can stretch, sir? Till 50 you can stretch, and this you can stretch till 30. But please do it. Clear? Because later on, if you'll see the topics like number series and all, there it is very difficult to crack the pattern if you do not know the squares and cube. But if you know squares and cube, you'll be able to easily crack the pattern. Okay, so that is why I always ask students to memorize squares and cubes, and along with that also one more thing you need to do, you need to memorize multiplication tables. Okay, tables को याद करो. So tables till, there's no limit, my friend, as many as you can, but least would be till 20. ठीक है, और max to max your wish. ठीक है, आपका मर्जी है, as much as you want, but minimum till 20 you should memorize. Clear? It will help you with the calculations. Okay, so generally exam demands two things. It demands your speed and accuracy. Okay, so accuracy can be developed at the first, like now we are practicing, we are going very slowly. In this case, what we are doing is we are understanding, we are learning, and also we are developing the accuracy. है ना? The speed will come later on, and that will come only when you will be very fast with the calculations. ठीक है? Okay, sir. So this part is done. ठीक है? Now next is what, sir? After triplicate ratio, we have sub-triplicate ratio. Sub-triplicate ratio. What is sub-triplicate ratio, sir? Sir, sub-triplicate ratio, as you can see the word sub coming in front, you would say, sir, we'll do the reverse of cube. That is your cube root. Okay? So it's simple, sir. You just need to find cube root. Cube root of the given ratio, and you'll get what, sir? You'll be getting sub-triplicate ratio. Simple. ठीक है, let's see the example. Example क्या होगा, sir? I would say, sir, जैसे हमारे पास है number 27:125. ठीक है. So the sub-triplicate ratio will be what, sir? We'll take the cube root. Cube root को we write like this, sir. Cube root of 27 is to cube root of 125. And if you solve this, you'll be getting what, sir? 3:5. ठीक है? Okay. So this is your sub-triplicate ratio. Any other ratio, sir? Yes. Last ratio is there, my friend. One more ratio we have, and this particular ratio is known as your compound ratio. ठीक है, sir. Sir, what is a compound ratio? Okay, very simple. So as I've mentioned before, we are studying ratio. So here I'm going to use the term antecedent and consequent. ठीक है? So it's very simple, sir. It is nothing but the ratio of product of antecedent, ठीक है, ratio of product of antecedent to the products of consequent. ठीक है, टू द प्रोडक्ट ऑफ कॉन्सिक्वेंस. तो ये रेशियो को बाहर होना चाहिए एक्चुअली, जस्ट अ मिनट. सो द रेशियो ऑफ प्रोडक्ट ऑफ एंटीसीडेंट टू द प्रोडक्ट ऑफ कॉन्सिक्वेंस. मतलब सर नहीं समझा, तो देखो समझाता हूँ. इट्स वेरी सिंपल. एग्जाम्पल. सो जनरली टू फाइंड कंपाउंड रेशियो माई फ्रेंड, they will not give you only single ratio, they'll give you more than one ratio, like 2:3, 5:7, then 9:4, like this. Clear? So we have three ratios and they are asking you to find the compound ratio. So in order to find the compound ratio, what we'll do is we'll multiply the antecedent. Antecedent कौन है सर? जो आगे रहता है. So these are the antecedents. So 2 into 5 into 9 कर लो भाई, ठीक है, and divided by the consequence का product, this and this. So 3:7:4. That's it. You simplify, you'll get the answer. So we can cancel from this, sir. 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4, and now you just multiply. At the top we have 45, and at the bottom we'll be getting 3 7 21, 2 is 42. So in ratio format we'll be writing as 45:42, and this is what is your compound ratio, my friend. ठीक है, दिस इज योर कंपाउंड रेशियो. ओके, ठीक है सर. ठीक है सर, समझ आ गया. सो दीज आर द टाइप्स ऑफ रेशियो विच दे माइट आस्क. ओके, दे यूज्ड टू आस्क वंस, ओके, वंस इन अ व्हाइल, दे यूज्ड टू आस्क लॉन्ग टाइम बैक, बट नाउडेज they have not asked such things, but as it has come before, so I am showing it to you. Now the thing which is important for us is, let's understand how to find the combined ratios. ठीक है, I'm going to explain, sir, how do we find combined ratios, and what is it, sir? Combined ratios. And why do we require, sir? Why do we require? So this particular thing that we are starting is very, very important. From here only, I would say your actual ratio and proportion chapter is starting. ठीक है? क्या है compound ratio, sir? है ना? What is it? आइए समझते हैं. तो जनरली नॉट कंपाउंड, कॉम्बाइंड रेशियो. कॉम्बाइंड, सी नाम में ही है सर कॉम्बाइंड, दैट मीन्स वी आर कॉम्बाइनिंग द रेशियो. सो ऑब्वियसली देयर वुड बी मोर देन वन रेशियो एंड टू कॉम्बाइन देम. जनरली व्हाई डू वी कॉम्बाइन? इन ऑर्डर टू गेट अ रिलेशन. ठीक है, अब जैसे सपोज आई एम सेइंग, ओके, एग्जाम्पल. ठीक है, सपोज आई से सर देयर इज 2 people, A:B. ठीक है, and suppose we are talking about their weight. Okay, weight. When I take the weight ratios of A and B, I am getting it to be, suppose 2:, suppose मान लो 3. ठीक है, sir, when I weigh A and B, I am getting 2:3. So 2:3 क्या है sir? 2:3 is not the actual weight. Okay, it's not that A is 2 kg and B is 3 kg. No. Okay, this is the ratios. Actually the weight could have been anything else. Okay, it could have been 20 and 30, है ना? 20 kg, 30 kg, देखो 0 0 cancel, you getting 2:3. Okay, it can be what, sir? It can be 40, 60, ये भी हो सकता है सर. If you cancel this also will get 2:3. ठीक है? So it is not the actual value, but they have just given the ratio. Okay, sir, ratio ये है. Sir, this is the ratio. Okay, and similarly there is B and C also. Okay, now I'm comparing B and C's weight. When I compare B and C's weight, I am being able to see that the ratio is what, sir? The ratio is 3:, suppose 5. B, C's weight ratio is 3:5. That means if B is 30 kg, then C would be 50 kg, like that. Clear? So now, if they ask you, then how is A and C related? What will be A and C? What is the ratio of weight between A and C? है ना? तो you would say, sir, ये कैसे करेंगे सर? See, the relation is given to us between A and B, and the relation that they have given us is between B and C, and you're asking us to find the relation between A and C. A और C का relation पूछा तो कैसे निकालूंगा? Understand? So such questions, to solve such questions, we need to find the combined ratio, and it is very simple how to find combined ratio. Clear? So let me show you. So first thing that you need to do is, we are finding the combined ratio. So what you need to do is, you need to combine these ratios together. So first thing I want to find is, I want to find A is to B is to C. ठीक है? So first thing that I want is, I want to find A is to B is to C. Now how to do that? It's very simple. Just see between A and C who is the one which can connect both the elements? You would say, sir, in between them I can see B. Sir, B is here also, B is here also. So, sir, this B can connect A to C. Can connect A to C. For example, let's understand like this. I have a friend. Okay, I have a friend and he has another friend. So, if you see by the perspective of my friend, okay, he knows me and he knows that other guy as well. But what about me and that guy? We do not know each other. So, if I want to be introduced to that particular guy, my friend, he has to help me. He would say, hey, brother, see, this is my friend, meet him. He'll introduce me to him and that way we can be friends. So, it's the same thing out here also. You can think like that. I would say, sir, B is the one who can connect A and C. Very simple. What is A and B, sir? A and B is 2:3. So, just write 2 and 3 out here. Okay, sir. B and C is what, sir? B and C is 3 and 5. So, just write 3 and 5 out here. Now, next part is what? So, next part is that you must see that B should be same in both the cases. Now, in this case, sir, B is already same, sir. See, sir, out here I can see B is 3 in the top, 3 is in the bottom also. So, B is exactly 3 on both the cases. That means my mixed ratio between A, B, C would be 2 is to 3 on both cases and is to 5. So, this is going to be my mixed ratio, my friend. Easy. Okay. So, as I can see B on both the cases is same, I don't have to do anything. I can directly write 2 is to 3 is to 5. Now, I can answer the relation between A to C. So, what is the relation between A and C? I would say very simple, sir. A is 2 and C is 5. So, 2 is to 5 will be the right answer. Clear? Now, most students what they do, they directly write it. A sir 2 है 2 लिख दिया, C 5 है 5 लिख दिया. In this case, the way you've answered will be correct because this is a coincidence, but it will not be correct every time. Let's see another example. ठीक है? और एक example देखते हैं. चलो. This was example number 1. Now we are going to example number 2. Now suppose I have given you A is to B is 2 is to, suppose let me take 4. चलो 4 नहीं लेता हूँ. 2 is to मान लो यहाँ पे ले लेता हूँ मैं 9. चलेगा? है ना? 2 is to 9. And suppose I have B is to C as what, sir? As 3 is to, suppose, 4. Clear? And now the same question I am asking you. I want you to find me A is to C. A is to C क्या होगा, sir? What will be A is to C? So, in exam, obviously, you know that you will have options given to you. So, there will be option like this. So, option A, 2 is to 4. है ना? Option B, 2 is to 5. Option C, 2 is to 12. ठीक है? And option D, 1 is to 5. Okay, so what will be the answer? So most students what they'll do is, in a hurry they would say, sir देखो, A is 2, so 2, C is 4, so 4. Option A पे right answer है, option A they'll tick and it is the wrong answer. Clear? So generally the silly mistakes which student makes commonly are given always in option number A. So be very careful. ठीक है? Be very careful while taking option number A in your exam. So what is the right answer here? So let's understand. See. Now I cannot tick this directly because if I write in this format, okay, you'll be able to see what, sir. So if I write in this format, A is to B is to C. If I write in this format, okay, I can see that, sir, A is to B is how much, sir? A is to B is 2 is to 9 and B is to C is 3 is to 4. है ना? हाँ, sir. So if I find the combined ratio out here, you'll be able to see, sir, who will connect A and C? Sir, B is going to connect. But if you look at B, sir, B is not same in both the cases. See, B is 9 out here, B is 3 out here. Alag hai, sir. So what do we need? We need to make them same. We have to make them exactly same. ठीक है? तो same कैसे करेंगे, sir? It's very simple. You just need to multiply something which will make both of them similar. जैसे, sir, see, out here I have 9, out here I have 3. Can I make 3 as 9? You would say, हाँ sir, बना सकते हैं sir. Sir, 3 को 9 कैसे बनाऊंगा sir? 3 पे sir into 3 कर लो. Sir, if I multiply 3 into 3, I'll be getting 9. और ये 9 है तो 9 ही रहने दो sir. let it be as it is 9, so you will just multiply by 1 because 9 ones are 9. And now in see, if you see properly, you'll be able to see, sir, out here I can see 9 and out here also I can see 9. As I can see 9, 9, I can then write like this what I have written in the top. So here, sir, 9 ones are 9, 3 threes are 9, so just write 9. So B is 9. Okay. Now see, if you're multiplying 1 here, you have to multiply 1 here also. So 1 twos is 2. 3 threes are 9. So this 3 will get multiplied to this also, because in ratio, whatever you multiply here, you have to multiply there also. Okay. It is a rule of ratio. Whatever you multiply here, you have to multiply there also. So 3 threes are 9, then 3 fours would be 12. Okay. So now we have got mixed ratio, my friends. See, this is the mixed ratio. Now with this, I can answer the question. They are asking you A is to C. So sir, A is to C 2 is to 4 nahi hoga, sir. A is to C will be 2 is to 12. Clear? Which is your option number C. I hope you got it. Sometimes they can do this also. Okay. They might give you one more option like this. 1 is to 6. Now which option is correct? So here my answer would be 1 is to 6. Why, sir? Q? We are getting answer 2 is to 12, but you are writing 1 is to 6. Why? Because my friend, it is a ratio. So it is always preferred that you write it in simplest form. Now see, this 2 is to 12, I can cancel it to the simplest form. काट सकते हैं ना, देखो 2 1s are 2, 2 6s are 12. So actually my ratio is 1 is to 6. Clear? But if they do not give 1 is to 6, they give you 2 is to 12, you take 2 is to 12. Okay? But if you have 2 is to 12 and 1 by 6 both in the options, then you have to go for 1 by 6. 1 is to 6. Clear? Because ratio hai, so ratio should always be in the simplest format. Clear? So option C nahi hoga, sir. Option A bhi nahi hoga. The answer would be option number D in this case. I hope you've got the idea. Clear, my friends? Easy hai na? ठीक है? Okay, sir. Okay, let's see one more example, sir. Let's see one more example so that we'll get more confidence. ठीक है? The motive is to get more confidence. Let's see one more example. Suppose I say P is to Q is 2 is to 5, and suppose now Q is to R is 3 is to 4. Now I want you to find P is to Q is to R. I want to find the mixed ratio. ठीक है? P is to Q is to R. ठीक है सर, निकालते हैं सर, very easy है ना? Let's find, sir. How do we do? So very simple. Okay, just a minute. हाँ. Okay, sir. Sir, PQ है 2 is to 5. 2 is to 5 लिख देता हूँ सर. QR is 3 is to 4. 3 is to 4 लिख देता हूँ सर. ठीक है सर. Let's find the mixed ratio. Now to find mixed ratio, I need to make both the Q's same. Because here Q is the connecting element. So Q is in the middle, so I want to make Q both the Q same. Let's make it, sir. क्या करेंगे सर? बहुत simple है. Sir, out here I'll just multiply by 3, and out here, sir, I'll just multiply by 5. The motive is to make both of them same. है ना? So what you do is, what I did is, why did I do 3 into 5? Because I know that 5 and 3's common multiple is 15. You have to take such a number which is common in both the cases. So to find common multiple, you can find the LCM, which we have learned in your school days. LCM निकालना था ना, ऐसे करते थे सर, 5 और 3 लिख देते थे, है ना? सर 5 1s are 5, 3 नहीं होगा तो 3. सर 3 1, तो 5 3s are 15 आ गया. ठीक है? 5 3s are 15. So I would say, okay sir, now we can get the ratio. क्या होगा सर? Sir, this 3 will get multiplied both. So 3 2s are 6 हो जाएगा. Now out here 3 5s are 15, 5 3s are 15, both the Q are 15, so we'll write 15 out here. And 5 4s are, you'll get 20. Done. So this is the combined ratio. Okay? ठीक है? ठीक है, so this is the combined ratio. Now what can they ask in the examination? They might ask you what is P is to R पूछ सकता है ना? या फिर reverse also they can ask R is to P बता दो क्या है. Suppose they say what is P is to Q, P is to R suppose. I would say very simple sir, P has 6. अरे Q लिख दिया मैंने, wait. It should be R out here. And R how much we got? 20. हो गया? Now you need to bring it to the simplest form, है ना? Ratio है तो simplest form पे लाओ. So 2 3s are 6, 2 10s are 20. So your answer is 3 is to 10. Clear? ओके, आई होप you've got it, है ना? चलो गुड. ठीक है. ओके, लेट्स डू वन मोर एग्जाम्पल. ठीक है, लेट्स डू वन मोर एग्जाम्पल. ठीक है सर. Suppose now sir they are giving you A is to B as 3:1, C is to B as 2:5, okay, and let's take one more ratio, C is to D also is given to you as, suppose 1 is to, suppose a 4. Arey sir, 3 ratios sir, yes, and now they are asking you to find what sir? They are asking you to find the relation between, okay, A is to D bata do kya hai sir? A is to D, what is it? They are asking you this. Then they are asking you C is to A, what is it? Okay, and then they are asking you B is to D, what is it? So we need to find all these three relations. All these three relations, and the ratio that they have given is this. मजा आएगा सर अभी, है ना? So how to do it sir? So firstly sir, we know sir, in this case also what we did is we were finding the combined ratio. So here also sir, we need to combine A, B, C, D together. Then we can get the answer. So let's start combining. So what you do is, you cannot write directly like A, B, C, D and solve. Okay, so what you'll do is, you'll find 3 ratio first. And from there we'll find the other ratio. Let me show you how to do it. It's very simple. So for writing, I'm writing A is to B is to C is to D. Clear? But first I want to find A is to B is to C. And then later on I'll find C is to D also together. ठीक है? चलो. A is to B कितना है sir? Sir, A is to B is 3:1. Yes? Okay, now B is to C I want to write, but here see they have given C is to B. So be very, very careful. Some students in a hurry, they'll write 2:5 out here. It'll be galat. You'll get wrong answer. Okay, be careful. See out here, C is 2 my friend. Okay, so C 2 hai and B is your 5. B is your 5. Okay, be very careful. Okay, so generally they play like this. Okay, so first you combine them and see what you're getting. So let's combine them. So how to combine sir? I want to make both the B same. Sir, B should be same. It's very simple sir. Here we have 1, here we have 5. So let's make this one as 5. So how to make this one 5? So very simple. Just multiply out here what? So we'll multiply out here 5. And this thing I don't want to change, so leave it as it is. Don't need to do like into 1. Clear? You know it already. Okay. So 5 will get multiplied to this and this both. So 5 3s I'm getting 15 is to 5 1s are 5. Both cases I can see 5. So write 5 is to 2. So we have got A is to B is to C. Now we can bring C is to D also together and we can get the combined ratio. Simple. C is to D, what is it sir? C is to D is 1 is to 4. So I am writing 1 is to 4 out here. See, now we'll get C is to D also together. Let's combine them. Okay sir, very simple. As I can see 1 out here. Okay, let me make it a bit complex. ठीक है, इसको 3 बना देता हूँ. ठीक है, because this thing is very easy. So instead of that, let me make it 3. चलेगा? Okay sir, let's make this 3. Clear? Okay sir. So now this ratio and this ratio would be connected via C. I have to make them same. Okay sir, what do we do? So what do we multiply here? Very simple sir. Sir, see 2 and 3. What is the common multiple of 2 and 3? You would say sir 6. 2 into 3 is 6. है ना? So we want to make this 6. So 2 kitna is 6? Sir 2 3s are. So 2 3s are 6. 3 into how much is 6? So 3 2s are. So 3 2s are 6. Bas, khatam. Here, just multiply now. So 3 into 15 would be 45. 3 into 5 would be 15. 2 3s are 6. 2 3s are 6. Both cases I can see 6. 6 ho gaya. And lastly 2 4s are 8. Done my friend. So this is your combined ratio. Now in exam you will not take so much time, okay? I am explaining you slowly and steadily, that's why it's taking a lot of time. But in exam don't take so much of time. Clear? ठीक है? So you would say, sir, isn't there any tricks to solve it? There is some tricks my friend, but I would suggest that you stick to this method because those tricks will not work sometimes in a hurry, okay? Like let me explain you for this one. ठीक है, जैसे okay, I'll show here only. Okay, suppose this example. ठीक है, this example I am going to show you. Now here sir I can see sir both the B are same, so I can write 2:3:5. Now this example, ठीक है, out here I can do one more thing. Okay, I can do directly sir, I can find the ratio directly. Okay, you remember 2:12 we have got. ठीक है, now there is another way of doing it. See, you must be seeing in many other channels also, in many other YouTube channels also, they'll be using this particular trick. Okay, but it's not that useful. Sometimes you might end up getting wrong answer. I'll show you how. I'll prove you. See, it is called reverse n method. Reverse n. So generally in English we write n like this. So if you reverse it, this becomes like this. It's like I'm putting a mirror out here. If I put a mirror, this n's reflection becomes like this. है ना? Just put this out here. So make n reverse n like this. Done. Now what you need to do? You need to just multiply from here to here, then this to this and this to this. ठीक है? Let's do step by step. Like first, so this into this. 2 3s are 6. Just write 6 out here. Done. Then 3 9s are 27. Just write 27 out here. Done. Next, 9 4s are 36. Just write 36. So we have got the ratio, but this is not in the simplest form. So let's cancel it and bring it into the simplest form. ठीक है? So I'm going to cancel with 3. So 3 2s are 6. 3 3s are 9. 3 12s are 36. See, did we get 2:12 in the previous answer? Right? We are getting. And if I cancel this further to get this, I'll be getting 1:6 as my answer. है कि नहीं? है ना? So this particular thing is known as the reverse n. But this particular method will not work in some cases if you will not observe one thing. Okay, let's see which part. Like in this one. ठीक है? Suppose out here I remove this. Okay, I want you to find. Okay, इस पे करके दिखा देता हूँ. ठीक है? Out here also sir reverse n will work sir properly. See, I'll show you. Reverse n will surely work in this case also. Okay, see. Simple sir. What do we do? So we just put a reverse n out here like this. First this into this. 2 3s are we are getting 6. 3 5s are 15. And 5 4s are 20. Done. See, 6:20. We got 6:20. है ना? हाँ sir. Wow sir. Great. But let me show you in this part. Okay. Suppose I want you to just solve A:B:C. I want you to find A:B:C. We know A:B:C is what sir in this case? We got 15:5:2. है कि नहीं? But see out here your ulta n, your reverse n will fail. See, A:B:C we are finding. ठीक है? चलो सर उल्टा n लगाता हूँ सर. Reverse n like this. This to this 3 2s are you're getting 6. This to this 2 1s are you're getting 2. This to this 1 5s are you're getting 5. Sir, is it same? See, sir, no sir, it's not same sir. Sir, here 15:5:2 and here we have 6:5. क्या हो गया सर? ये तो गलत हो गया. Why is it wrong? Because you need to understand one thing. Whenever you use reverse n, okay, reverse n, your element which connects both the ratios should sit diagonally. Diagonally का मतलब है ऐसे, like this, in a cross manner. In a cross manner. ठीक है? जैसे यहाँ पे भी देखो. Out here also sir, in this expression sir, this was in a crossed manner. ठीक है? So here also you can use ulta n. Here also sir, B is in a crossed manner. That's why here also reverse n was working. But here sir, reverse n did not work because out here the common element which is connecting is what sir? Sitting linear. सीधा बैठा है. That is why your answer is not matching. So that is why I do not suggest such methods. Okay? Because see in exam, you'll be under pressure. So I'm sure you won't even bother to look what is out here. A B है, B C है, क्या है? You won't even bother. The thing that you'll remember is, oh sir has taught us reverse n. You just put that and you'll end up getting wrong answer. And you trust me, this particular option would be an option number A. Because examiners are also very cunning nowadays. They know what are the tips and tricks which students follow. Clear? So be very careful and cautious. ठीक है? So reverse n fails when your element which connects both the ratio sits linearly. it has to sit diagonally, that time only your reverse end works. But I would say why to use such method if we have a solid method which will never make silly mistake, the method that we have used this one. Okay, so this I would suggest that go through this method. Clear? Now as we have learned how to find the combined ratio, now we'll see this application in the next class. Okay, so I hope you liked the class, you've enjoyed the class. If you've liked, then make sure to give your genuine feedback. You can like the session, and also in order to know more about our batches, okay, our classes and all, you can contact in this number 93665 32588. This is our contact number. You can contact here. You can get all the details of all the courses that we are offering to you. Okay? We offer you state exams courses. We offer you central exams courses. We also offer you undergraduate level courses like you have CLAT, CUET and other exams. Okay? So all exams securely we can cover. You just contact this number, you can get the details. Clear? Or if you don't want to contact, you can WhatsApp in this number. Okay? So generally they reply within a day or two. So just reply. You can just text, you leave a text and you can ask about it. Okay? Any exams, whatever exams you have, you can consult to it, we'll be getting back to you. Okay? And also, as you know, that online bank classes are going on. Okay? So the price of this particular batch was 7999, but now there is a special offer for you, my friend. Now the offer is that you're getting this particular batch in only 2999 rupees. That's it. At this low cost, we are providing you the coaching for entire bank exams. Okay? Prelims, mains, both. So join the batch now. Okay? And start preparing right away. Clear? But mind it, the validity of this particular offer is only till the 25th. Till the 25th of this month. After this, it'll go back to the original price. So I would suggest that go enroll to it as soon as possible. I've given you the contact number here. Make sure you contact in this number and get the details and get yourself enrolled. We offer both offline and online classes. So whatever you prefer, you can join. Okay? We have centers in different places, so we can see accordingly if our center is present in your area, in your place, then you can go and join there also. Clear? So thank you, take care and have a wonderful evening. See you again in the next session. Bye bye and keep studying. Thank you.